So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you once again for watching this video and the previous video. I also want to thank you for the good comments that I got. I really took some notes from that. I got serious points from serious people who are seriously interested on this platform. So yesterday we covered something small on depression and its connection with unemployment. But today I just want to talk about something slightly different. It is slightly different but generally connected to depression. And this is something that all over the world has been ignored, especially in the developing countries or the third world countries, which I believe Kenya is still amongst them, but we are slowly getting out of that bush, right? Yeah. So we still believe in our country. So postpartum depression. This is something that when you mention to a person, people will generally ask you, what do you mean, doc? What do you mean? Can you explain further? So this is a topic that even the most qualified or the highly educated persons have not really concentrated on, because postpartum depression has for a long time been seen as a witchcraft or a general perception of overqualified persons. But I don't think if that is true, because postpartum depression has gained momentum in our society, in our lives, especially in the urban areas, considering that we are already experiencing high stress rates in the urban areas. I think the worst place to live in is the urban area, because every day you have to look for something to eat. Every day you have to look for something. General upkeep you have to get. You have to keep moving. You are here, you are there, and even the employed persons are currently looking for jobs elsewhere. So you see, all that stress combined with pregnancy and then the sudden hormonal changes that comes after delivery. And when I'm talking about the hormonal changes, I'm talking about estrogen and progesterone. These two hormones plays a critical role in the control of our emotional aspects. So immediately after delivery, the hormonal levels, that is the progesterone and the estrogen levels, generally decline. And at some point they decline to a certain limit that goes far beyond the projected level or the required level. So when this happens, you get that a mother starts developing some kind of depression, and that is what we call postpartum depression. So postpartum depression has got a lot of effects on the maternal side and also on the child side. When you talk about the maternal side, one thing you have to note is that postpartum depression can easily lead to suicide. So a mother can easily become suicidal. Once they develop postpartum depression, and especially if it is not recognized at its early stages, and the proper management or the necessary support is given to the mother, then this mother is likely to experience suicidal thoughts, or also become what do I say? The mother can also is likely to kill the baby. In most occasions, it is called infanticide. So infanticide is a rare. There are rare cases when it comes to postpartum depression, but they occur. So anything that occurs as a result of something, or a result of something that is preventable, we must consider it as something that is serious. So imagine someone giving birth, carrying the baby 9 months, and then decides to kill the baby. Then this person will be presented in a court of law, charged, and then at the end of the day jailed, without looking at the mental perspectives or the mental side of the mental health of the mother. Remember, the World Health Organization recognizes health in 3 spheres, and when I talk about the 3 spheres, we are talking about the mental well-being, that is the psychological well-being, the physical well-being, and the social well-being. So for a person to be considered holistic, for you to be considered holistically healthy, you must be healthy in terms of your social network, you must be healthy in terms of your physical well-being, and this does not include a mere deformity. So you can have a mere deformity, maybe you were born maybe with with a defect or a birth defect. So that is a part and parcel of you, and also the mental well-being. So you have to be healthy in both spheres to be considered healthy. I hope you understand what I mean. So when this happens, other consequences that comes with this is that the mother will not be able to breastfeed the baby exclusively or as required, because they do not have time. They generally, when you're depressed, you do not have time to feed your baby. And also you lose contact with your environment, you lose your contact with the reality. So in some occasions it can also really go up to the standards where we call it postpartum psychosis. And when it comes to psychosis, it means the mother has entirely lost touch with the world. So in these cases, we'll need to start treating her under special psychiatric care. So remember, when you talk about postpartum depression, you can easily manage this with antidepressants. That is on its earlier stages. That is a manageable stage. But when it is converted into a psychosis, or when it converts into psychosis, then we will need a psychiatric care. Yes. So that is where we use antipsychotic medications. So what does this tell you? If we do not take care of the mother at the early stages of birth, then this thing, or the postpartum depression launch, the consequences will be far much more dire compared to the previous state where we would have prevented this. But because we lack the knowledge on how to take care of these people, take care of these mothers, then it means that we will just let them, some recover, yes, some do recover automatically, but some require special attention. So because of the lack of knowledge that we are currently experiencing, some of them will go that way to the extent that they lose total touch with the world, and then in our communities tunawaita wenda wazimu. No, they are not. It is just a shift in the hormonal balance, and these things can be corrected. And also, again, the funny part, because in most occasions when you tell a man that you're likely to experience postpartum depression, a man will ask you, but I'm not giving birth. No, there's a hormone testosterone. When hormone testosterone goes beyond its limits, then you are likely to develop postpartum depression, because when it is too high, then it means that you'll be more aggressive to the mother. And when you are aggressive to the mother and all the people around you, you'll not be able to want to see the child crying near you. This is the scenario where you get a father sending away the wife and the child, because the testosterone levels have gone too high, and the father is always worried about, how will I feed this family? How will I do this? We don't know how to take care of the baby and everything else. So men also experience postpartum depression. So we have to really watch that, because when you say that, many men will say, "Bona, you are lying." Do a lot. Kindly read more on postpartum depression, and take care of your health, take care of your family. Once you decide to become a father, take care of that lady that you've decided to marry, and also the ladies, once you decide to become married, take care of the man, because you never know when this thing will come and when it will hit, and when it hits badly. Okay. So I believe that through that small discussion that we've had right now, maybe you can share it out. I know we'll look deep into this later on, and maybe we can also get some more information regarding postpartum depression, the management. Oh, just before I forget, the immediate symptoms that are associated with the postpartum depression include frequent fatigue. You feel like you don't want to do anything. You have frequent cries where the mother just cries. They literally cry. They shed tears. I think I've witnessed this one, not just once, one or more times in various situations or in various hospitals that I've worked in. So it is something that is common. You'll always get the mother crying, and they do not want to see the baby. They want nothing to do with their husbands, neither, because in most occasions, when your mental well-being has been compromised, you lose touch with your social network, your environment, and everything else. So this is a very serious issue that we should look into, and maybe also advocate for other avenues that we can get it out there. One thing I also noted about postpartum depression is that it is highly common among adolescents and the people living in the urban areas compared to those living in the rural areas. Number one, when you are an adolescent and you have given birth, in most occasions you do not know how you are going to take care of the baby. So the stress of life plus the stress of birth hits you deeply, and the shift in hormonal balance will always progress. It progresses to the deepest stages that it also affects your physical well-being. In some occasions, you can get a person refusing to eat. Then we launch cases of severe malnutrition, and a person ends up dead. So that is among the adolescents. And when we're talking about the urban areas, as earlier stated, in urban areas, there's a lot of stresses. And these stresses, when you combine them with the postpartum stress, then it triggers an inner, let me say, it highly affects the mental well-being of the mother to an extent that the mother cannot reason anymore. So let us watch out for the indications of postpartum depression, and let us take care of each other no matter what the situation might be. And if you see such a person in your community, maybe you are not related, maybe you are just passing by, and you at least you've read or you've heard something about postpartum depression, approach these people, educate them, let them know that this thing is treatable and not is not supposed to be taken to the special doctors, because we've had people taking mothers experiencing postpartum depression for prayers. Yes, prayers will work, but at least try some aspects of medications, because the medications are the primary treatment protocols advised for postpartum depression. We also have special clinics where you can get counseling psychologist. That person will only deal with the counseling aspects. We also have psychiatrists who deal with the treatment management of such conditions. So there's a lot to do in the community to create awareness on this, and if we join hands together, I'm very sure that we are going to be able to deal with issues such as postpartum depression. So this one was just a short video. I know it's about 12-13 minutes, but it was a short educative video. So do more research on postpartum depression, get the information, and then spread the good news throughout your community. I believe this video or the information from this video will be able to help you help another person. Continue subscribing to our YouTube channel. Share your ideas, whatever thing that you feel that we should share here. Feel free, come on board. If you need an interview, if you need to talk about something, just come. I think I'm one of the can I call it freest persons you can ever think of. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and may the Lord always bless you. Thank you so much.